Stage, fronting the band, a man whose favorite body part is also his favorite planet, Uranus.
I've seen you maybe just kind of shuffle your feet. You've seen it all.
I don't remember ever seeing
not phone it in.
Thank you. But yesterday, it was the World War I of entertainment. It was trench warfare. We went subterranean. We dug down. We put on a hard hat with a lamp. We chopped away at the stone. Until we found the least funny thing we could find. Guys, I found it! And they looked down from their perch and they said, Eureka! And one by one, they were lowered down to my level. Willingly, and we delivered what I am proud to say may be the most annoying Friday of all time. Oh, you speak up if I'm wrong. Go ahead, testify from your chair if you thought yesterday was entertaining, and I'll call you a liar. Because it was not. Far from. I heard people in the back going, "Where's Bobby Benedict? Bring me Bobby!" And I stood upon this very stage drum on the full carpet, and I said, "Bob can't save you now. There ain't no Bobby in this house. There ain't no Bobby in this house. It's just me and the band. Ain't no Bobby gonna save you. Ain't nobody here for you. You only got me and this grizzled mitt to grab to pull you up from your nadir. That's all you get. But we're Friday people. You love us. I do. I love my Friday people. My Friday people are my special people. But that doesn't make me good at my job. Loving you doesn't make me a decent person. Just ask my wife. I came out here yesterday with the support of trained professionals, laid waste to all that Rob has built and holds dear. Now you might say that was disrespectful, and you might be right. You might be. But here's the thing. While you're yearning for your precious Bobby yesterday, bring my Bobby, where's my Bobby?
Can I ask a quick question?
No!
Sorry.
All I did for this man was build him into the king you see before you. Because now, on this fine Saturday morning, how many of you were here yesterday? Well, if you're waiting for an apology, you're not going to get it. All I did now was create an emperor of entertainment for you. Because now, this day, this minute, this moment, this man is already more entertaining in this 4 minutes than 9 solid hours of our nonsense yesterday. I have built him into a force that can do no wrong. Because whatever he does is better than what we did yesterday. However crappy Billy's attitude is today, and believe me, it's crappy, it's better than yesterday. Whatever spikes and pops go on in Mike's motherboard that drove him into madness yesterday, near to the point of us having to take him out and hose him down and watch the sparks fly until he fizzled out and lay waste to his robot body. Whatever that was. Ain't gonna happen today. Now he's had a tune-up. Now he's ready to go. Did you see him playing the bass while I was doing my very manly chipping away at the stone mime? Can't write that shit. AI can't do that. Or can they? Because Robot Mike just did it. That's what I'm saying. Robots are going to take over the world, and it's going to be effing sexy. And even Stephen Norton, who people don't know this, quit the band he said, I heard there was some tomfoolery and some infantile shenanigans afoot yesterday whilst I was enjoying family time. And he looked us all in our eyes, and let me tell you something, it was creepy. Am I wrong? It was creepy. It was scary.
When is it not?
Right? Even Robot Mike, who has no heart, said, this would probably hurt if I was a human. And he looked at me and he said, no more. No mas. Not on my watch. Not as long as I draw a bad breath will this nonsense continue. And I said, but Bobby, he said, I don't want to hear from you right now. And I sat down because it's Bobby. It's your precious Bobby. Oh, you want your bottle of your pinky and your Bobby? Is it nap time, audience? You gotta curl up with your Bobby, your precious Bobby? Well, I give you your Bobby. I give you your Bobby. You have your Bobby. Your Bobby is back in there. I don't make the decisions. I can't come out here and ruin your day. I can't deliver low-level entertainment at a low price because I'm really not paid well. I can't do that. Bobby's here. The bastion of good taste. The rock and roll godfather. The front man. He's going to save you. He is, after all, God. And he can do that kind of thing. And he's going to do that today. All day. Yesterday was Car for Kid Con, as you know. Today is Bring Back Your Bobby Con. Bring back your Bobby Con. Think you done brought back my Bobby?
I've got a lot of questions.
Think you done brought back my Bobby? You heard the classic Australian phrase, a dingo ate my baby? Well, Dingy done brought back your Bobby. No dingo ate your baby. A dingo done brought back your Bobby.
I just realized you were talking about me.
Yeah, your Bobby. I'm not talking about the British police. I'm talking about you.
Sorry, I don't speak Spain, so I'm really...
A dingo did not eat your baby, but Dickie did bring back your Bobby. Is that clear enough for you, sire?
It's a lot better, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, Scout will be writing this on a t-shirt later today. It'll be for sale. I'll be getting a taste, Robbie. I'm sorry there's no room left. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Saturday you dreamed of. I'm not saying it's your dream Saturday. I'm just saying after yesterday, you dreamed of a better day. And today is a better day. Today is a better day. Delivered to you by these fellas. Ripped from my hands, the control. And now, the scepter belongs to Bobby and the boys in the band. Boys like Stephen Norton. Nearly human robots like Michael Moore. And noted Satanist and adulterer Billy Moran. But let's be honest, it's all about the man in the cloak and velvet trousers. Do you see it? I do. It's your Bobby, and he's back.
Is it you that means such a thing that you can't see? Going blind out of reach, somewhere impossible.
Welcome back, Bobby.
Thank you so much.
Bring back BobbyCon.
So it is, and so it is.
Bring back
I
Bobby.
think he still has questions, though.
Oh, Robbie, you got questions? What are your questions, buddy?
I think, I think they've been answered now. I just didn't know when it took me a minute when you were saying that it's that you were talking about me.
Yeah.
And now I get that. Now I get it.
It bring back BobbyCon.
And Cars for Kids was just something that popped into your head. Or was
Guys,
that...
let's walk Robbie through what that felt like yesterday.
Oh, no, we don't have to do it. Oh, boy.
I don't want you to go away Now it's not Cars for Kids Con, it's Bring Back BabaCon.
Thank God.
This is moment one of Bring Back BabaCon. And so, with that laid out there before you, you know that today is going to be a better day. You're welcome. I went ahead and made it really low yesterday, so any growth we have today will feel very, 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 very successful.
Great. I like that we're already off to a positive start.
Right. What, Jordan?
Robbie, I like that Rich just like spread the turd across the stage just now so that he could then scoop it up later and make today better.
And even better, he named the turd Bob.
I don't think he was referencing you, Robbie.
No, he did introduce me as my favorite body part is mouse, my favorite planet, or something like that.
I said your favorite body. Is that a lie?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought your favorite body. Did you guys hear my introduction of Rob?
Yeah.
I said his favorite body part is also his favorite planet,
Right.
Uranus. And I thought that was accurate. Is that not right?
No.
Then what's your favorite planet? I know your favorite body part. What's your favorite planet?
My favorite body part is also my favorite planet. It's called Uranasal. It's just beyond Pluto.
I was just trying to think, is there a planet called Sneanus? I don't know.
No,
Anyway,
it's
ladies
called
and gentlemen,
Spates and Asshole, and it's just beyond Pluto.
let's, if you think this is classy, wait until you meet our next two guests. Ladies and gentlemen, forces of nature, and we love them. It's Kim Rhodes Briana Buckmaster.
Bad girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
1-877 Cars for Kids.
Thank you.
I've never heard the bit that they were doing. You don't know that song? I thought it was because I was Canadian. I
You
never
know
heard
that commercial. Oh, it 1-877 Cars
No.
for Kids.
That was not a request.
Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Well, he didn't heard of it, so I'm sure he understood.
Thank you so much,
You're
Rich.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I miss you already.
Because I'm leaving?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a hunch. Bye, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look, they moved our chairs. So
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
This is the let's see when the caffeine kicks in.
Yeah, I told Kim, I was like, if they don't get off that fucking stage, I'm gonna have to pee in the middle of the panel. Yesterday was poo, and now it's pee. Welcome to a day in the life of me. I'm just a human woman trying to make it through a day without shitting or pissing her pants. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Look, I always say I like to set the bar low, but that's no longer a low bar.
That's true.
That's like
It's just we live down there.
It's me packing. My husband's like, why do you have so many pair of underwear? I'm like, because!
I just understood that. Yes, and I can relate. So, shout out to any fellow middle-aged women out there.
And the I'm about to sneeze posture, where somebody's talking and then all of a sudden
Have
you
to do this.
Do this.
If I'm laughing too hard, I will always cross my leg. I'm no fool. I wasn't born yesterday.
No. This right here is not me listening intently.
No, God no.
This is me trying not to pee myself.
Yes, listen intently. The listening knee. Yes. Oh, Kim's really into this story.
I'm about to laugh or
Don't do it, Brianna.
Yeah. See, we switched it up. Usually we threaten to talk about our
Periods, but now we've grown older and it's just all perimenopause.
Now it's black. Postmenopause.
Postmenopause.
Oh my God, that
Yeah.
fucking. And I gotta say, so thank you, Jen. Where is Jen? For my
yeah.
habanero cheese. But here's the thing. So I don't know if you know this, but hot stuff, if you've got high levels of fat, it counteracts the hot stuff. So like if you've got to drink some milk, right? So habanero cheese at 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm not sleeping because my room at 68 is still too fucking hot.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, there's cheese in my fridge. That seems smart. So I eat my habanero cheese. Now I know habaneros are hotter on the Scoville chart than jalapenos, but I eat it and I'm like, oh, this is just very tasty. Yeah, because the cheese part of the the habanero cheese is the fat. So I eat this entire fucking thing of habanero cheese, and then once the fat is out of my mouth and into my tummy, the habanero remains in my mouth and around my lips. And all I remember thinking is, please remember you did this before you put your contact lenses in the morning. Oh, I did though, I did. I remember
Also,
I did that.
have you pooped yet?
Oh, yes.
Ring o' fire.
Emphatically. I have
Yes.
emphatically pooped. I have
Yes.
decidedly pooped.
Decidedly. We are doing this, body.
Yeah. Yeah, my body was like, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking, but we are out of here. I would like to retire. The most angry planet and the most angry part of my
That's
body.
right. Angry Planet, and it's just a documentary series about my peas and poos. Angry Planet
Angry
Buckmaster. Did you guys go to karaoke last night? Oh, that makes sense. That explains it all. Did anybody go to the Taylor Swift concert last night? Me neither, so it's okay, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy. As we mentioned yesterday, number of times, once I started seeing stuff on Ticketmaster about it being hard to get a ticket, I was like, I'm out. I am out. And then also there was Steve Martin and Martin Short last night, which was way more up my alley, but they started during our podcast live. Who came to the podcast last night? Yeah, that was best podcast episode yet, I think. Well done. Everybody else, you suck. So step it up. This is your chance now. We have questions.
We have
okay,
questions
we're going to start
now.
answering questions and stop talking about our buttholes. Hello.
Hi, good morning. You guys both are gorgeous, and
Thank you.
Brianna, you're a little sexy Minnie Mouse this morning.
Oh my God.
We already had a Minnie Mouse
We had
reference.
this conversation earlier. Yes, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, my question for you is, so there's the writer's strike going on, and so obviously there's going to be a slow period of new material and things like that. So what do you do in sort of the downtime? Because the rest of us are just going to do another SPN we rewatch because there's nothing new coming out.
Oh, I love that.
But,
love that for you.
What do you do, like, to support the writers and to, what do you do creatively in this kind of downtime?
Well, what I think is interesting about the first part of your question is that you think that we work more than we do.
I was like, yeah, thank you for taking that, because I was so confused. I could hear the noise of my blinking in my head, like a cartoon, just going doink, 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 doink.
So I talked about this in my meet and greet, but it is I am hugely in support of this strike. I am also in support of the DGA strike that is potentially happening. I am in support of the SAG strike that is potentially happening. I live in Canada, so these don't directly affect me, but they indirectly affect me. And all of my friends. But because I don't work full-time on a show, I don't feel what it feels like to a lot of people who are recurrings on one or two shows and suddenly don't know how to feed their families, but are also in support of the strike. So it's a tricky balance. So I'm compassionate to that as well. But I had an email from my agent a couple months ago where she was like, the strike is potentially happening. If it's like last time, which was in 2008, it will last about 4 months. So take a vacation. But I live in Vancouver, which is a production town, which is kind of, it means that a lot of things shoot in Vancouver, but what they hire out of Vancouver is guest stars, recurring, principal actors, background actors, things like that. And so there's still quite a bit shooting in Vancouver because what they're allowed to shoot are the scripts that were completed fully. And scripts that were completed fully quickly, you know who's really good at doing that? Hallmark. So I audition for a Hallmark movie probably once every other day. And I swear to God, I just got another one yesterday, and I was like, oh my fucking Christ. You're also not allowed to swear on Hallmark sets. But I love working for Hallmark. They've changed a lot over the last 10 years. They've been very good to me since I left Supernatural, and so I'm very happy to work for them. But I swear to God, if I audition for another best friend in a Christmas movie going, give him another chance, Sally. I'm like, just use the audition I did yesterday. Anyway, those scripts will run out probably in the year 2040, and then I will be out of work. But it's hard for me to say. We're in a very different position than some of the other people in this cast. I speak for myself, sorry. That I don't feel it as acutely as some actors do, but I'm really just enjoying hanging out with my daughter who's here this weekend. And it's beautiful. The summers are incredible in Vancouver, so I'm trying to live my life outside of my career, which is a relatively new idea to me. So it's a lot of just hanging out with friends and family, and I feel very fortunate and privileged that I'm able to do that.
Yeah, all that, and I moved out to the middle of nowhere, and I volunteer at an animal sanctuary, and I am spending my free time raking goat poop. And being attacked by a small angry chicken.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's heaven.
Hi.
Hi. My question is a hot dog a taco?
No.
This is a very interesting question. I would say in some North American countries, some people would say yes. My Mexican husband and daughter would say, go fuck yourself. And yes, my daughter might do that. Maybe not quite yet, but one day.
She'd mean it.
Yeah.
That would be her intention behind her words.
That's
even if
right.
you Use
those words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, hello. It's my favorite Pikachu. How are you?
Good.
Do you have a burning question for me and Kim?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
What's your favorite color?
What is my favorite color? That is such a good question. Thank you so much. Best question of the day, I promise.
What's your favorite color? First of all, I need to know.
My favorite color is purple.
Oh, that's a good color. My favorite color is, it depends if, I'm gonna pull a Kim right now. It depends if I'm wearing the color or if I'm decorating with the color. But I love pink and I love red. And I'm wearing both today, just for you. She doesn't care.
I like them all. I'm the same way. I'll tell you what, when I did have a favorite color, it was light green. But you would never know that from the way I dress. I pick blues. I like light blue, and I decorate with a lot of blue, but I wear a lot of black. It's not because I like it, it's just because I don't have to think about it. So that's but thank you for that question. And very well done. Is it weird to hear your own voice in a microphone? Yeah, it is kind of weird, huh?
You sound great. You sound like this is what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. She's like, get me out of here, Mom.
Did you have another question?
I think my next favorite color is dark green.
Ooh, see, so we're
good
kind of the
one.
same, huh?
Yeah, you gotta have two, just in
Thank
case.
you.
Thank
That's
you
really
so
cool.
much.
Thank you. And
Great
what's your
job.
name again?
Remind me your name, honey.
My name is Natalie Conti.
Right.
Natalie.
I remember you like to give the full name.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Well
steal that.
done. Thank
That was
you.
great, Natalie. Hi, honey.
Good morning, ladies. I was wondering what your go-to coffee order is.
Great question. We have a very specific order, as you can imagine, and it involves full fat cream. I like to have an Americano. Okay, I was off caffeine for a little bit, so depending on the day, it would be a half decaf. I know. And then just, you guys only have half and half in the United States, just makes me
No,
laugh.
they do apparently have
They do have
heavy
cream?
cream. Yeah, because Angel introduced
have
me
heavy
to
cream.
it. Yeah, you can have heavy cream.
You just have to request it.
Yes.
Because every time I ask for cream, they go half and half, and I'm like, I guess.
No, it's got to be heavy. If you say
Simpletons.
heavy cream.
Heavy cream.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I liked, so, you know, I put butter in my coffee sometimes, and no, it's not like the bulletproof. I still eat breakfast. I just put butter in my coffee. It also helps slow down the reaction your body has to caffeine if you have more fat in your coffee.
That has not been my experience because I just felt it hit my body.
Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Here we go.
Woo! Let's go.
Yeah.
So what is your order though?
It's an like 90% of the time, it is a hot Americano with cream. And if I get an iced coffee, it's the same thing but iced. Or a misto. I'll get a misto. I use real milk. I know. It's so funny. Every time I order a misto, do you guys know what a misto is? It's like in between like a latte and a coffee with cream. It's just like a little less dairy than a latte. But people are always like regular milk? I'm always like, yeah, I guess. It's got protein in it, right? Yeah, nod your head.
Yes. Oh, yes. My turn. Right. Talk. Yeah. This is I have two. I will do the vanilla cold brew, sweet cream cold brew if I just wanna. But my go-to is the grande breve latte with an extra shot. For those of you who don't know what the fuck it is, I am drinking a cup of half and half with caffeine. And it just started to work. It's great.
Are two women who do not subscribe to diet culture. Yes.
All of that. I was telling somebody this morning. Okay, so little moment, because we're all where we are, and where we are is fucking perfect for who we are. We are all where we're supposed to be, right? So I have moments. I put on these because I usually wear tights because I am 54 years old. So I got ready and I looked in the mirror because I had a pair of pants, but I was like, that seems hot and hard. And I looked in the mirror and I turned around and I went, oh. And then, without having to work on it, I went, oh, don't be boring, Kim. Those are societal norms. And I fucking wore it anyway! So that was the no. I was like, it isn't bad. It isn't like, oh, you're failing. Oh, it isn't, I'm coming a second. It's like, oh, come on, don't be fucking boring and think that's the truth. Whoa, look what I did. So yes, and also coffee, thank you. All right, sorry.
Here we go.
Yes, I'm like, have you heard that phrase that people have trains of thought and people with my brain have Roombas of thought? No. It just goes around bouncing off of shit going over here now.
Is there a cat on top of it?
Right, yes, possibly. Batting shit. All right.
Thank you.
Who do we go? Yes, thank you.
Hi.
Hello, thanks for being here with us today. Just wanted to ask, of all the characters you've played, what has been the most challenging ones and why?
Oh, my most challenging was Linda Barnes in Criminal Minds. Just because she was so unlike me, but I had to commit. A lot of times she was a villain. She was a power monger bitch of a human being. And I didn't like her. So I had to find truth in her, and I had to find motivation in her that was positive. Otherwise it turns into, you know, the villain on the show that's like, I'm enjoying your pain because I know I'm a bad guy. And everybody thinks they're the hero of their own story. And that makes for a weak, uninteresting villain, in my opinion. So I had to really find who this person was, and that is the hardest I have ever acted in my life. I'm a bobblehead on screen. I bounce around. I have a lot of it. And she was a cold-blooded predator who just solid eye contact, still motion, no need to take care of other people's feelings. And so that was the hardest I've ever had to work, is make conscious choices about a person who was so unlike me that I did not like.
Mine is more a technical thing. Last summer I shot a movie, a Hallmark movie called Wedding of a Lifetime, and I played, yes, thank you, Mom. I played the character was loosely based, there is a couple who are morning show, not reporters, hosts. And they were loosely based on, thank you, the hosts from Pitch Perfect. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up this time, aren't they? With less F-bombs. So I was so excited. I love that Hallmark reaches out to me for these kinds of characters, because it never is the auditions are always fun, and if you book it, it's always very, very fun. But the gentleman that I was working with was quite a bit older than me, and you swear to God, he was so good. I was like, are you an actual news anchor? His voice was so good, but he was forgetful. The trick with this was that, as you know, you have to memorize all of these lines. But as a host of a morning show, you would have a teleprompter. But I did not have a teleprompter. So I had to memorize pages and pages and pages of lines going, and next we have Sally from the red team. She's from Cincinnati, Ohio. Is Cincinnati in Ohio? Is that right? And just go on and on and on, but make it sound like you're reading from a teleprompter, but you're not. And then you have a scene partner who's constantly forgetting his line, and you're going over and over and over, and it was exhausting, and people on set were getting very tense. And when people on set get tense, I really absorb that energy, and I have to go, no, it's not about me, don't try to fix anything. And I remember the last day on that set being so tense for me, because I was you also, for those movies, they shoot a movie in 14 days or something like that. It's so fast. And so that was really challenging for my brain. I'm not great at memorizing things. And I try to tell myself I'm getting better. Try to reframe it in my brain, going, I'm getting better at memorizing things, because it's really good for your brain as well. But that was the most recent challenge that I've had on set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your voice is also very calming. You should read audiobooks. Thank you so much.
Hi. This is going to be a little sad. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid that a lot of people are in mourning because The Winchesters isn't getting a season 2. And having been through The Wayward Sisters not getting picked up, any advice for the fandom, the cast, whatever, getting through the sadness of not getting to live with these characters anymore?
Yeah, be sad, because it's fucking sad. Sadness is the appropriate response. My brain is conditioned to be like, if you're uncomfortable, it's wrong, and you have the right to feel good all the time. No, when you love something that goes away, sadness is the appropriate response. So connect, love, enjoy, honor the fact that this was fucking important and it's fucking gone. Sadness is right. It will not always be sad. But right now, yes, be fucking sad, because that's the price of love.
Great. Look what you did.
Did I break something? What
No, she broke you.
I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
You didn't? Oh.
No, I just got active. I got activated. I did not cry.
And I find this with Supernatural as well, because my relationship with Supernatural and my relationship with the Winchesters has very, very little to do with the actual show. And so my grief, and I have not spoken, I've messaged the kids, but I haven't spoken to them yet. So I want to wait to do that before I talk about my feelings here. But my sadness is that I won't see them as often as I thought I was going to. Not meaning we're going to see less of them. I thought I was going to see more of them. And I adore them. I became very, quick comrades with them. And I just think they're so awesome, and they're so fun, and they're so talented. But on the flip side of that is they're all of those things. So I believe deep in my heart they will be fine. They're young, they're gorgeous. They're so talented.
And they're kind.
Yeah.
They are these
So kind.
incredible,
Oh my
kind,
God.
beautiful souls that make me like. We all already know. We know my tendency is towards fine, take my place. I guess. Like I still have that tendency to be like, there can only be one. That's not true. They came in so quickly and so beautifully and fit so perfectly into my heart that I have, like, for me to say I have no resentment about young, beautiful children with careers is impressive. That says a lot about them, not about me. I'm an asshole. So they are, I am confident that they will be okay, but I am also, like, a lot of my pain is because of who they are. They're such beautiful human beings, and I'm glad you're all here to support them because they will be on stage right after we are done. So yeah, give them this love. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hey, had a lot of fun at the podcast last night, but something at the podcast got me thinking, and I wanted to ask you, when you guys do get into that dark spot or you feel like you don't have the words to say, hey, I need help, what kind of music do you use, or is there a genre of music that helps you get out of that dark spot?
I'm still a sucker for Broadway music. And I haven't listened to it in a long time. When I was in high school, I listened to it non-stop. All I listened to was Broadway music and like the Swing Kids soundtrack.
Oh, the Swing Kids soundtrack! Yeah.
Such a nerd. And I wear that badge with pride. Yeah, I love Broadway music. And what I love about listening to it, for me, is that I grew up knowing that I wanted to be in musical theater. I saw Les Mis when I was 11, and I went, that's what I want to do. And I grew up in a chicken farm. Like, my parents were like, okay. In, like, outside of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. They're like, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do that. And look at me now. But listening to that music, not only do I love it and recognize that the artists who perform on Broadway, perform on musicals more specifically, are athletes. And I've never been on Broadway, but I've been in a lot of musicals, and it is so challenging to sing, act, dance 8 shows a week for months on end. But when I listen to the music, Broadway musicals, I'm just reminded of kind of my dreams, and it's good for me to snap out of any kind of funk that I'm in and go, no, remember, like, you're still here. You still have time to do whatever you want to do. And when I listen to musicals, it kind of brings me back to like little Briana and her dreams, and it goes, okay, well then you pull up your bootstraps for little Briana, if nothing else.
This will not come as a surprise to anyone, but my belief when I get into that dark place is to go into it, to get through it. So my go-to is the album Little Earthquakes by Tori Amos. I heard someone surprised at that. Oh yeah, no, she popped up on my playlist this morning, Precious Things, and I'm like in the middle of getting ready, I'm half dressed, and everything stopped, and I'm like, with their 9-inch nails and little fashion panties, I was like, oh, I should stop. We haven't had enough coffee to handle this, but now apparently I have. So yes, Little Earthquakes by Tori Amos will fix anything by all the feels.
I was just thinking, so Tori Amos was just like a couple years ahead of my time. Like when I was young, I think I must have been in high school, we were like listening to Tori Amos a bit, but mostly we're just telling people we listen to Tori Amos because we wanted to be like, you know, emo and all that. And then I was like, what was my generation's Tori Amos? It would have been like a bit Fiona Apple and a lot Alanis Morissette. Yes, yeah. What is the next generation after that, do you think?
I don't know, I'm old.
Trying to think, what is this generation's?
Angry Girls.
Angry Girl.
Pink? Oh, Pink.
Avril?
Yeah. Well, the thing that I appreciated so much about Tori Amos is that she was not like
Florence and the Machine?
Florence and the Machine. Well, just like she was not a product of, like she started, why can't Tori read? She started at, we don't need to go down this hole, never mind. See that? I can stop it sometimes.
This morning we were walking to the car from the coffee shop, and Kim was like, please, somebody put that lady's tag, like somebody's tag. And she just went, please, somebody do it. And I went, Kim, no, that's too far. And she went, I know, see what I did though? See, I said it out loud so that I wouldn't do it. Oh God, I can't imagine just a woman's surprise if someone goes, here, just Kim.
I do, I warn them first. I warn them. I always touch them. I say, I'm going to touch you now. And I put their tag in, and then
That's not better. Okay, all right. Anyway,
see,
fun with Kim and Bree.
In retrospect, it all makes sense.
You know what we need to do whenever we have a second, because Kim and I work nonstop at these conventions, is we should do a field trip where all we do is like watch Kim
suppress her
attempting to do things, and Brianna going, no, this is not the time, Kim.
Do that. We'd be like, I'm walking in a very busy sidewalk, and I'm like, that bug needs help. There's a worm. It's going to drown or die. They can't drown, by the way, but they can shrivel up. We should take another question.
Next question.
So I was wondering if there's any like trends from when you were younger that came back that you're like, God, no, why? Why are you?
All of them.
That's happening to me right now. So
it's wild. Do you mean like clothing trends? Okay,
Yeah.
good, because that's what I'm going to talk about. What makes me laugh is like the Jennifer Aniston haircut is back, like the layered kind of like sexy mullet, which I might go for, so I'm not slighting at all. Love that. But the low rise anything can go fuck itself. No, don't. No. The sticks, no. Those the stretchy chokers. I know, you guys get it. The little tiny butterfly clips.
I know, you've talked about that.
Yeah.
That's gonna show up on me at some point, I'm sorry.
The thick belts that go around the hips over top of a long skirt, right?
You realize you're listing all the shit that I haven't figured out I was supposed to stop doing the first time.
I think I saw a TikTok once that was like, a young, like a 20-something, like doing a haul that she found at like Salvation Army or something. Do you have that here? Yes. She was like, and I found this set, it's vintage Roxy. And I was like, oh no, I am old. Yeah, anytime somebody puts something like vintage in front of something I wore in high school, I'm like, why don't you shut up? What about you?
Spiky bleached white haircuts.
Are those back? Ooh, the shell necklaces on guys? No, can't. There's so much. But you know what? Give it 2 years and Kim and I will be rocking it on this stage. Tell you what, who cares? It is pretty funny though. It makes me go, I should have kept all of that stuff.
I know, people are so mad that jean skirts are back, and I'm like, I love my jeans, I still have it. I was never cool, but I get so excited about being cool again. Like, oh, this is on trend.
Well, just like I don't have to buy new clothes because it's cool again.
It never, I didn't, no.
Thank you.
No, I
Great
do.
question.
I support anybody wearing any fucking thing that makes them feel more like themselves. You do you.
Hi there.
Hi. So I'm gonna repeat something that someone said yesterday, because I grew up watching Kim on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and then Supernatural.
Spiky bleach blonde haircuts, because everyone will always compare you to Guy Fieri. Don't do it.
Thank you for essentially raising us. This question is 2 parts. One, how is it going from simply Officer Jody to essentially a mother figure for Sam and Dean? And then when they brought Brianna on, were you two like immediately friends, or was it like a slow growth?
The transition was, I think what you mean was going from mother figure to, oh, there's so many answers that just entered my head. It was easy because I loved them. The character was different, and I just got to put a little shout out to, just because a woman is a little bit older and not fucking a guy does not make it necessarily a maternal relationship. I always saw Jody as being friends, and platonic, passionate friendship needs to be honored. It doesn't necessarily make it a mom. It means I love them, and I'm never going to see them naked unless I'm treating a wound.
But if they want to do like one take like that, just to see.
Look, I don't want to harsh their artistic creativity. I'm not one. I am a good improv partner. I say yes, but yeah. So it was more about the style of shooting that made it different for me, going from a sitcom to a single cam. But the two of us, okay. So as I have mentioned, you're going to get the extended dance remix, but I'll be talking really fast. I have a tendency to be like, there can only be one crown, and if I'm not wearing it, yeah. So I found out I was going to be working with Briana, and the way everyone told me that I was going to be working with Briana is like, oh my God, you're going to meet Briana. She's so much prettier than you, and funnier than you, and more talented than you, and she's totally going to be the new you, and you're going to love her. That's, I'm sure, what they told me. I'm certain those were the actual literal words they said. I was like, nah. Fine. I hate her. Meanwhile,
so I had been told, so when I was shooting my first episode, Phil Segretia, who was the director and is the EP on the show, he cast me in the role, and he really fought to cast me because my background was mostly in theater and comedy. I didn't have much television credits. So he and I clicked immediately, and he loved me for this part. And when we were shooting the episode, which I can't remember what it's called. Somebody does here. Yeah, the fish taco. Who are you people? Anyway, I was on the massage bed, and they were doing visual effects for, when she comes and sucks the fat out of my back. And I was like this, and in the little massage table thing, and Phil comes under and he's like, there's another sheriff on the show, played by Kim Rhodes. She plays a character named Jody. I think it would be funny if, I don't know, you guys met at like a sheriff's convention or something. And then Brad Creaser, who is the camera A-op, he went, oh, that sounds like a spinoff. And I was like, what? This is like my 6th day on television. I was like, it's really easy to get your own show in Hollywood. What are people complaining about? So I had gone and I looked up Kim's episode. The episode I remember seeing was the one where she was like dating Crowley. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bitch? He's gonna get you. And I just remember there was a scene, I think you went into the bathroom and you were looking in the mirror like, God, he's so hot. So hot. Did you say something like that? I was like, no, he's not. You're a sucker for that accent. Anyway, immediately loved her. I thought she was funny, talented, gorgeous. I was like, great, we're gonna fucking hit it off. So cut to the first time we go on set, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to meet Kim. I'm so fucking excited. And so she is like shooting this scene where she comes out and takes a phone call. Yeah. Right. So we're shooting at this like gun lodge or something. We only have one in Canada.
Swiss gun lodge.
Yes. And I was driving up from Circus. I was driving to set, and I was in a van, and I see Kim come outside the gun lodge with the door, slam the door, and she's like on the phone. She finishes her phone call, and then I'm like, oh, sweet. And so I roll down the window, and I go, Kim! It's Briana! So nice to meet you! And then I just hear, cut! And I immediately go, oh, I fucking love her. And then we spent every day together.
Yeah, we always had cookies at 3.
Cookies and coffee at 3. 3.
Yeah.
I had lunch in her trailer where she told me all about the convention. She's like, you're going to replace me at the conventions. It's fine.
And Brianna says...
And I said, well, maybe they'll put us on stage together. And she's like, never going to happen.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lesson in allowing love to beat the fuck out of fear. You're welcome.
Yes, we love telling our love story. It's a good one. I don't remember. This side. Eric.
Hi there. So I'm 19 years old, and I have no idea what I want to do because there's so much like I want to, but like can't. So I was wondering, like, when you were my age, what you wanted to do, and when you did decide to go into acting, like how you told your family and what that looked like.
I need everybody to sit down for a moment. I just mentioned that I knew pretty early on that I wanted to be an actor. My parents were supportive of me, I think, because they were writers, and so they were kind of in the arts anyway. We also grew up really poor, and so they weren't like, you've got to make money. They're like, nah, it's only up from here. So they were very supportive, and I don't think that they realized that, I think the first time I sang something was I was in middle school, and I got the role of Luna the Moth Queen in, not One Tin Soldier, in some very dumb musical. And I remember I was such a terrible actor. They used to pull me out of academic classes and put me on stage and going, you have to speak slower. You have to enunciate. Because I couldn't act, but I could sing, and so they gave me the role for that because she had a nice song in the play. But my parents came to that, and I think that was the first time they heard me sing, and they were like, oh, okay. I think before, and they're like, okay, live your little dream. I mean, I think I was like 12 at the time, 13 maybe. So I kind of always knew that I wanted to be an actor, and now as I've learned, I mentioned this at the podcast last night, I love acting, but I love entertaining way more. I love this as much as I love acting. And so now now that I recognize that, I allow myself to go into many different aspects or arms of that kind of, Briana Incorporated, and just chase whatever ridiculous dream comes out of my passion for entertaining people. And I tell Valentina all the time, and I'll tell you as well, you don't have to pick one thing. I think generations ago, you had one job, you did that job, you retired at 60, and you moved to Florida or whatever. Now, you just do whatever your heart desires. People aren't in one career for the rest of their life, so you get to change your mind. And you get to feel good about changing your mind. Don't feel shame about that. You can do anything you want. And if you don't like it, switch it up. Kim's a great advocate for that.
Absolutely. I found so much freedom in realizing that I can only have a trajectory, right? I can assume that this is the direction I want to go to, but when I get there, I'm going to have new information. There are no mistakes. There are only lessons. And when I get to a spot and I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it would be. The information I have gotten now is different than the information I had back then. So then I get to make a new arrangement with myself. I'm not quitting, I'm not failing, I'm discovering. So yeah, allow yourself to discover.
You got this. Hello.
Hi. I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough time for another question.
We got you.
Okay. So the Winchesters introduced the multiverse, and I was curious if you would want to still play Donna and Jody, but maybe a different version of Donna and Jody in the multiverse.
Would I be paid to do this?
Yes, of course.
Then yes.
Yep, same answer, same.
We had heard rumblings about like all sorts of different things that, they wanted to do. I don't know. But yeah, ultimately, any opportunity to relive those characters is a yes for me.
Always, always. I think it'd be funny if there was one multiverse where we were still Donna and Jody, but our personalities were swapped?
Yes, yes.
That would be funny.
Or 11 evil Donna and Jody as well. I'll take it all.
dark,
Whatever, man.
All of it.
I want to take this last question.
All right.
Brianna, you said that you've listened to like Broadway musicals whenever you were sad. So I was just wondering, what is each of your favorite Broadway musical or cast recording?
This is tricky, again, because it's like it really depends on the mood I'm in. I went and recently saw a musical Parade in New York, and I went, when I was going to theater school, that was kind of the big musical. It's very heartbreaking, but the music's so beautiful. It's very like, it's Jason Robert Brown, so it's like 2000s. It's pretty new, but it's a revival, so that makes me old. But I also, I was up for the role of Tracy Turnblad in Hairspray when I was young. And so I love Hairspray. I think it's so funny and goofy and poppy, and it's really like that opening Good Morning Baltimore. It's like a great way to wake up.
The British cast version of Chess.
Specific. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. One Night in Bangkok. It's classic.
Classic.
That's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing you may not know, if you've never been to a Supernatural convention, you know these are two fantastic human beings and actresses. But do you know they're also rock star singers?